Hi, Karen. I see Karen's here. How are you?
Hello.
So
That all we got right now? We got Karen. We got
we got
three in the house
Karen.
to party.
We got Karen. Well, there's a couple other people watching. They're not saying anything though. It says there's three people here. You know what's interesting is we might not get a whole ton of people in the live watching it, but we have a lot more people that watch it back later. I mean, it'll get
Yeah,
up.
I've noticed that.
Yeah, it'll get up to like 125, 130 views, throughout the week and whatnot. And I'm like, all right, well, if you want to watch it after the fact, it's not as fun. You don't get to participate in the discussion, but you can watch it later. That's fine. So, I mean, it has
Although
gained
I don't
some.
know if it's like some people. I know that I watch videos and I talk to my video like I think it's gonna hear me, even though I know it's not. But I'm like, no, don't do that. What are you doing? What do you? I don't think that. No. And I was like, I'm just saying my own stuff. And Danny's like, who are you talking to? I'm like,
I'm talking to the video. To the video. Hi, Kara, and hi, Joe. Joe's watching but not reading. Joe, this would have been a good book to read.
Hey, Joe. Hey, Kara.
You're definitely going to join us in March, though, right? Because, I mean, it's your book. Yeah. You recommended it, huh?
Yes, you got to join us in March, Joe.
Uh-huh. I did pick mine up at Meyer, you guys. I already have it. It's right over there. Yeah. It's a soft cover. That's fine. I don't care. Doesn't need to be a hardcover book, but yeah. Got it
I mean, it's
cheaper at
like just so
Meyer.
long as I got my hands on it.
Yeah. I got it cheaper at Meyer than I could get it on Amazon. So, yeah, I got it. I picked her up.
I haven't got mine yet, but I haven't looked to see if sorry, if Walmart has it, because we don't have a Meijer. We got a Walmart, Target. I think I might have an easier time finding it at Target.
Maybe.
Book. Because I've noticed that Target has a huge section.
Something's going on with our Walmart and books. They have like hardly any books. It's like they haven't been restocked in ages. I don't know what's going on with that.
No, I went to Walmart the other day.
Well, they run a good look, Sean.
Oh my gosh, son. I went to Walmart the other day and I want to say there were, if it wasn't coloring books or magazines, there were like maybe 10 books. That's it.
Well, we had more than that. We have more than that.
No, we didn't.
There was just lots of holes. There's not much. There's not much there. Something's going on, I guess, with their supplier. I don't know. That's my guess. Anyhow.
That's why if I'm going to go look at Target, because Target like has an entire huge section. I mean, like not just one shelf. It's got like a whole little reading cubby.
It's probably been like a year and a half since I've been into a Target. I haven't been to Target.
Gwen's here.
Hi, Gwen. Targets are farther
How
away
are
from
you?
me, and I really have to like dedicate myself to go to Target. I just haven't.
Yeah, I have to drive an hour to get to Target.
An hour? Oh, yeah, that's further than
an hour. Yeah.
Vendor controlled. So if they don't have a vendor, they aren't going to get stocked. How's your book selection at your Walmart, Joe? Because ours is really.
Yeah, do you have a good selection?
Ours is really bad. And it's normally really pretty good. I mean, I've actually been able to find books at Walmart before I could find them at Meijer, but that's not the case anymore. Anyhow. Oh, well. It's pretty good, he said. Well, that's good. Joe, if we want something, we'll just get a hold of you and have you get it for us. That might defeat the purpose because then there's shipping and all that. But anyhow. Oh, well. All righty. So, wow.
Woo.
Yeah.
I was like, it sped up and it was like, oh my gosh, it's just gotten so good. Like although I almost had a heart attack about a couple of different times during it. So
why?
The bear? I mean, like,
oh
my God. I'm just like, oh my God, it's bear, the polar bear. I'm just, no.
I'm like,
Because see,
is she gonna shoot it? Is she
kind
gonna
of
shoot it?
confused me. I know it confused me because of the fact that, she was like, okay, the bear's just going to kill me. And then I'll be back at the library. But then the lady said, if you die in one of your lives, that's it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, you're not going to go back to the library. No, it's not stopping. Are you banging? I can just picture her with this thing going,
That's funny. Oh boy. And then that's where she meets Hugo. Okay, so we left off when she was in Australia, right? Isn't that where we left off? She was still in Australia last time. And she found out her friend was dead in that life. She didn't like that. Got run over by the car. So she didn't like that life much at all. Living with the pothead. She was living with the pot smoker. They're like a dorm room almost, So she didn't like that.
She was working like at the
boat
tour charter or the watcher boat or something.
Yeah. And she was going to be like just taking tickets or something. That wasn't much of a life. No friend, living with the pot smoker, just working at some measly little job collecting tickets or something. So she didn't like that one. So boing, here we go. Let's leave that one. Where did she go right after that?
Go to another one.
Did she go
after that? She went. Did she go what?
Did she go directly to the no, she went to the
she went to the Olympics. Like what would she have? She had never stopped swimming.
Yeah, the swimming.
Where she sees that her dad is alive in this one, and she's good, and she's in a good relationship with her brother. I was like, whoa.
But mom's dead.
Mom's dead, and dad cheated on mom with someone who, if she hadn't been swimming, he would have never met, obviously.
Yeah. So that wasn't good.
Because it was a mother of one of them.
That wasn't good. Ollie's, I go to Ollie's. They don't have real current stuff. They'll have like older stuff, but they have some decent stuff there. You don't have an Ollie's? You do?
No, we have an Ollie's, but you're not going to find anything current.
No, nothing current.
And usually you'll find like, if there's a series out there, you'll find like book 2 or 3, but not book 1.
Right. I know. But you can find some stuff there. I picked up some stuff there that I just, it was older stuff. I didn't care. Just, and they're cheap. I mean, you can't beat the prices. So.
Oh, yeah. I found one written by a YouTuber, actually, and I was surprised. And it was like $2.95.
Ollie's is a closeout store, Kara. They get all kinds of stuff. They've got food and health and beauty and sheets and books. And I mean, you name it, they have it. Because it's all closeout stuff that they get. They buy, from wherever. Well, you can find some.
I got coffee from them, too.
We like going to Ollie's sometimes. But again, it's one of those stores that it's like, you got to be dedicated to get there. It's not in our normal route. They have a little craft stuff. Not a ton of it, but they have a little bit.
Not a ton.
No, not a ton. They have some office supplies, things like that, coloring books. They got a lot of coloring books, actually. They always have coloring books.
Ollie's to me is like Sam's had a baby with Dollar General.
Jesus. Oh, okay. Anyhow, back to the book, because that was like, whoa. All right, we got to get rid of this food here. Let's get rid of you. Block you. You're a weenie.
Hey, Sue. Yeah, because I can't block from my phone here.
I was in somebody's live the other day, and it seemed like this little bot thing was popping up like nonstop. I was like, what in the world? Anyhow.
Oh, yeah, it did it to somebody else's live. And I'm like, what is happening now?
That's the first time I've seen it in a while. Anyhow. So, yeah, swimming. But she wasn't actually swimming anymore. She'd already
retired.
But she was retired. Hi, Sue. And she was now giving speeches and stuff.
Yeah, like TED Talks.
Yeah.
Boy, did she blow their little minds.
Yeah, right? Because she's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to talk about, but this is where I'm at right now. And so this is where it is. Life is crap, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it was like, her brother's sitting there like, what the hell is she
Her
doing?
brother's like,
Oh my God.
he's like,
What is she talking
good.
about? Right? That was funny though. I mean, why not? She knows she's probably not going to stay in that life for long. Why not just be an ass and, oh my God. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, she's like, because I don't know the confidence that this person has that
Mhm.
supposedly is me.
Yeah.
So you know what? No, life is.
Which is interesting though, because remember in one of the other lives that she jumped into, how strong she was? Like she was physically a different person. Like she was strong and she could do things. So why is it when she jumped into that life, she wasn't more like that person then? You know what I mean?
Well, now when she jumped into the swimming one, she was strong.
Right, which is not how she
She felt
normally
healthier
is.
and stronger. Right, but I think it's because in
Why
that
did
life
she get that and not?
she was an Olympic swimmer, and then she kept swimming. Even though she retired, she still swam every single day, so her body kept up and her strength kept up, and she took care of herself, so that's why she had more stamina and strength.
So why can't she take on the physical attributes when she goes to a new life?
But not the mental.
Right. Yeah.
Probably because you're you're going into, it's kind of like her consciousness is going into that person's body, but not that person's consciousness. It's going into that person's body. So she's getting to use that body.
So back to Quantum Leap, when he goes into a person, he becomes that person, but he has his brain, their body, whatever they can do with their body.
Right.
But his brain goes. So same kind of thing. And then when she meets, when she goes to the glaciers, oh my God, she goes to the glaciers, right? And she meets Hugo. And that got deep and like intense. And I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? All these parallel universes and this and that.
And he's a slider. She's a slider too.
Right. And they're both sliders, but he's been sliding for years and years and years. So I don't know.
300 lives.
Right. And she's like, but wait, I thought that they could run out. Like she almost got timed out there for a while. She got back to the library and it was like,
oh God, I know. It was like her person couldn't even see her, and she's like, hello. Like, there's a glitch. There's a glitch.
Yeah, something's going on. No, I didn't want to die yet. I just wanted out of that life, but I'm not ready to die.
But see, I do like I did say that I thought, and I'm right now, that she was going to get into one of the lives and she was going to realize that she doesn't want to die. And when she saw that polar bear,
realize that.
I do not want to die.
Yep.
Not that I don't want to die here. I don't want to die.
So she's finally realized she doesn't want to die. She just doesn't know what she wants to live as at this point. And why does she sleep with Hugo? Why does she sleep with him? What the heck?
Well, I don't know. Because, you saw the little thing where it said that in one life they're like married. So like he already knows that he has been with her. My question is, and did I miss it? Why did she slide out of that life after she's with him? Like, is it because she realizes that the connection's not there at that life? Maybe with him?
Yeah, and she was there in the Arctic and she didn't really want to be there. It was not what she was looking for. Anyhow. Yeah.
But man, that kid, when they kissed, I was like, oh, well, look, now not only has she found another slider, now you know that she's gonna start looking for other sliders, like herself.
Ooh, are you one? Are you one? What's up with you? Right? Oh my gosh, crazy, right? But it was interesting.
But I want to know.
He talked about their person.
Go ahead, sorry.
Their person, like his was the video game store and his uncle, and hers is the library and the librarian. That's not really who they are. That it is some higher power.
Yeah, he's thinking it's like a godlike figure.
Right. That was interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, and it's different for every person. Like some people, it might be a music store. Some people, it's this or it's a that.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's something that was so significant in their life, in their, what do they call it? Not core. In their
Here's another one of those.
root life. That's what it's called. Root life.
Yeah, the root life.
Oh my gosh.
I know, right? She said, or he said to her, you will never live if you're looking for the meaning of life. In other words, you just need to live.
That was very deep.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was very deep. You just need to live. But you know what? He has a little bit more time than she does, because something leads me to believe that, so he's probably like in a coma, but machines are helping to maintain his body. But she overdosed, she took pills, so like we don't know what's happening to her root body, and
Right.
maybe that's why she's getting glitches, and that's why she doesn't have as much time
Right.
as he does.
Well, she left that life after she slept with him because it wasn't good. It just,
she's like, okay.
Well, that wasn't any good. That was just like I wasn't even there. She said that. It felt like I wasn't even in the room. Like I was just, and then
I wasn't.
Oh, well, I'm not. Okay, I'm not going to be here then. I'm leaving. I'm out. It's interesting the things that caused her to leave, Yeah,
because almost getting eaten by a polar bear, didn't she? Was like, okay, take me, library. Hey, library, hey.
And then she didn't go anywhere, right? Nope, you gotta work this one out. You gotta work this one out, chick. But
I would have pooped my pants right there on that ice.
But like I said, like you said, that was an important turning point. I think it had to get that intense for her to realize that she didn't want to die. She had to really have that fear that she was going to be eaten by this polar bear for her to go, no, I don't want to die. If she wouldn't have cared, she would have just been like, okay, fine, eat me. Right. But I think that's why it went on so long. That's right, Lynn, just slid on by. Right. And so now she's on stage. Now she's going to try on the singing life, because music has always been important to her. And that's true, because she still was teaching piano. So music has always been, and where was she working? Where was she working? At a record shop.
Yep.
In her root life. So she's never given up music. And so here she is on stage. She'd already ran into, in one of her past lives she ran into the one dude. But now isn't it the record shop dude she's with? Isn't he there somewhere? That's who he is? Or is it?
No, Ravi was
just a guy from the band.
Back like the band. It was back from the band. And so in the life where she was the Olympic swimmer and whatever, he had been in contact with her brother and came to see her, but he wasn't bitter like he was when he tried to go into the record store, and he couldn't buy anything because they were poor, because she threw away their chance to be successful.
Oh boy. Yeah. So now here we are. We're trying on fame, and they are famous. They're a big band. They made it big, right? And she's asking where Joe
made it big.
Joe's her brother. She's looking for him. Interesting.
Yeah, because to her it doesn't. Because I mean, like the band, from my understanding, because of the fact the band still existed without her. In the swim life, because in the swim life she didn't work in the band, so he was the singer and he was the one that did the band, and it wasn't successful. So for her mind, I'm thinking, without Joe, like how do you have this band without him?
Yeah, I mean, but he's still there. So and now she's like, well, we have to do the encore, but we need to sing a song that I know.
Yeah, because they're like, we always do this one, and she's thinking, I don't know this songs. Because she's like, yeah, y'all, please don't make me sing something I have no clue. So how about this? Have you ever heard of this one?
Yeah, everybody knows that. They're like, everybody knows that song. Okay, fine, we're going with that, right?
And all in the guise of, I just want to do something different than what we've done before. Yep, that's how it is.
Yeah. Because I don't know what the hell it is we normally do. So
I swear she reminds me of Sam every single time, because she is floundering trying to go.
What am I supposed to do? What I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I wouldn't be surprised if she runs into Hugo again, just because they've had one encounter. And
well, I mean, they foreshadow right there saying that in one life they're married. So,
Yeah, but he said a whole bunch of stuff too. He said a whole bunch of, we're frozen. Thank you, Joe. We're not frozen. Oh, Kara, maybe you was frozen, girl. Kara said we were frozen, but then we're back.
Oh.
But he just threw out all kinds of stuff about different scenarios that could be happening, and I don't even remember all of them now.
There were.
Yeah, but Sue, they didn't do that song. She suggested another one after that because they had already done that. It was something really simple too, like a song that everybody knows. What was it? What did she suggest then? It was like,
it was a popular song, but I can't.
Hang on, I'll find it.
Yeah, you have the book.
Bridge Over Troubled Water.
There you go.
The first song she suggested was Beautiful Sky, which she knew from the band before.
Right, because that was their song.
Yeah, so I think, did she write that song? She wrote that song.
Did. I think she might have written that song.
I think she wrote that song. And when she first, in her root life, she felt like nobody liked it, it wasn't good enough, blah, 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 right? But now they perform it on stage, and they'd already performed it that evening, so that's why they didn't want to do it again. So she's like, we can do it again, right? Because she knew that song, because she wrote that song. But then they're like, no, we've already done that. And that's when she said, okay, then how about Bridge Over Troubled Water? Do you know that? Like, everybody knows that. And so that's the song they're going to sing, right? So that's where we're at.
And her book of regrets is getting lighter.
Yes, it is. It has a lot of empty holes in it, blank spots now. Because all the things that she thought she regretted so much, she's like, maybe not. Maybe that wasn't such,
Dad turned into a poop head. Mom died early. and just not what she thought it was.
Yeah, I think that became a good hit for them this time in this life, but not in that other life,
Well, no, technically it would have been a hit in that other life, but remember, she turned down.
Yeah, but without her, they didn't go anywhere. So it really wasn't a hit at that point. So it never did become a hit then, because
and that's why they blamed her, was because of the fact that they were on their way to a signed deal, and she was like, no.
Yeah.
And I forgot, what did she turn them down for? Oh, she turned them down because the guy she was with, didn't want her in the band, and she thought she was going to go that route. So she just said no to everything with the band, and that screwed their little chances.
Yeah, that was her fiance. He was like, no, whatever, Oh, seriously. Goodness.
He was a butthead anyway. I'm sorry.
Right. And that didn't turn out as we know. He turned out to be a drunk and a cheater. So,
yeah.
I mean, isn't that kind of cool, though, to know that she didn't end up with him? She made a good choice because he did turn out to be a drunk and a cheater, and she got out of all of that,
Yeah. Because you know how you always go, man, it's the one that got away. Granted, I have the one that got away, and he didn't get away no more. But, other people, you always think back to the one that got away. Well, this was her one that got away, and he
Now
just
she's
he
glad
needed to
he
get
now
away.
she's glad he got away.
That's
I'm
right.
so glad you got away. Get out, right? Oh
Exactly.
boy. Yeah, so he did end up being a bar owner, Lynn. He just a drunken cheater. So
Cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater.
there you go. Yep, I know. Weird. So what do you think's going to happen now? I mean, this can't be the last life because we're only halfway through the book, right? So it can't be the last life.
Like I'm trying to think of most of the, because most of the regrets that were highlighted at the beginning are the
Oh,
lives
I
that she's
wonder if we
gone through.
can
But I'm trying
find
to
those. I wonder if I can
have
find
we
those
missed
regrets.
the highlights? Because I know, the swimmer, the going to Australia with her friend, the being a glacier scientist, and then the band. But like, were there any others that were highlighted? Because unless she tried, because she even asked, could I try to find one that like something with her mom, and they're like, you have to choose your life, not her life.
Yeah. Oh, I think I found it. Is this the Book of Regrets? Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Regret not being in the labyrinths because I let down my brother.
Mm-hmm.
I regret not doing more for the environment.
That was the glacier thing.
I regret the time I spent on social media. I regret not going to Australia with Izzy. I regret not having more fun when I was younger. Ooh. I regret all those
Okay.
arguments with Dad. I regret not working with animals. She hasn't done anything with animals yet. I
There we
regret
go. Okay.
not doing geology at university instead of philosophy. I regret not learning how to be a happier person. Regret feeling so much guilt, not sticking with Spanish, choosing science subjects, not choosing science classes, not becoming a glaciologist. I regret not getting married. She tried that one on already. I regret not applying to a master's degree in philosophy. I regret not keeping healthy. I regret moving to London. I regret not going to Paris to teach English, not finishing the novel I started at
Okay.
university. I regret moving out of London. So she regrets moving to London and regrets leaving London. All right. I regret having a job with no prospects, of not being a better sister, not disappointing my father. I regret that I teach piano more than I play it. Oh,
Maybe she'll be a piano.
yeah. I regret my financial mismanagement, and I regret not living in the countryside.
Okay. So there's still quite a few things that she could, and I feel like we're going to be hitting on different aspects of that. But yeah, I think maybe the animal, for sure. I think the animal, maybe the, concert pianist.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. Or maybe go teach in Paris. Ooh, who knows what kind of life she could have in Gay Paris. Sorry.
I think we're going to find a lot more jumps into different lives before this is all settled. Clearly, we're halfway through the book. There has to be a lot more, right? But there's some
and her brother is gay in all of them. I wonder, is he gay in all of them?
I don't know.
Because it looks like she had a relationship with an old, like she knew his old person, but the new person, when she was the swimmer, obviously she didn't know that person. I don't know. I think it's interesting to see how she interacts with her family that's possibly around also, because that, I think part of that is her regrets is her family. So like maybe we'll get to see a little bit more of that.
Relationships with all of her family members. I mean, she's only got a mom and dad and her brother.
Yeah.
And it seems like the best relationship she had was with her mom. She had issues with her dad and she's had issues with her brother. But It doesn't say that she was married to Hugo, Sue. I mean, that was one of the possibilities that he stated when they were talking, but he said a whole bunch of stuff, though. There was more than just that. Anyhow.
Oh, yeah. He had a lot.
Yeah.
Could you imagine trying on 300 lives?
No. No. All right. So I have chunked the last section in half, and we're going to page 226. And that's halfway through what we have left to go. Page 226. Don't read the little section called the game. If it says the game, stop.
Don't read it.
226. All right.
You know what else this reminds me of?
Hmm.
Did you ever used to read those books? I admit I love these. The Choose Your Own Adventure books.
Yes. Yep. And every time you turned a page, chose a different page, you'd get a different ending. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't
And a
read
lot of them died.
but I didn't read a lot of them, but I read a couple of them. And my kids at school, I had a whole bunch of them in my classroom library. And so the kids would always love them. But
I loved them because it was like there were many possibilities for you to survive, and there were many possibilities for you to die. And there were sometimes it was the same death, and sometimes it was a different one. But I mean, it was just every choice leads you to a different choice. And so I don't know, that just kind of reminds me of this a little bit.
yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like a little maze. You can go this way or you can go that way. You know? Yeah. Right. All right. So the last chapter or the last little segment we read is called A Pearl in the Shell. So you can read A Pearl in the Shell, but don't read the game.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
That? Okay. Be interesting to see where she goes now. Where is she?
Well, I mean, we're in the middle of her. We're in the middle of the fame part,
yes,
right?
Yes, so she's getting ready to go sing right now. she's going
to be a rock star.
Yep, and she is in that life. They're famous. So, yep. My guess is fame is not always cracked up to be.
Cracked up. I was just going to say that. I was going to say, are we going to find out that fame's not all it's cracked up to be? All that glitters is not gold.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, I think
great minds thinking.
I think she'd be happy if she could have music in her life, animals, a good relationship with her family. I like Lynn's suggestion of living on a farm with some animals, playing some music. I don't know. Can she can't really just
need some of all of it together.
Yeah, I don't think she can create. I don't think she can just go, check, 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 check. I want this, this, and this, and this, and this. And can you put that life together for me and just give me that book? That's what I want. I just don't think that.
I want this one.
Yeah, I don't think the librarian can do that for her. So anyhow.
Yeah, she will say it's not Burger King. This is not have it your way.
That is right. I think that's true. So she might end up with some onions on her burger that she's got to pick off. Be happy with it. I did tell you about my McDonald's burger, didn't I?
Yeah. Poor Mindy and the onions.
I hate the little tiny little shredded onions they put on the cheeseburgers. And I said, cheeseburger, no onion. And of course, what do I get? Onion. And then you got to take the bun off and pick them off. So, life is not perfect. You might have to deal with the onions.
I can see Mindy going, dag nabbit, these onions. And they're so small. They're like,
Yep, they're gross. They're just nasty. Oh, they're bad, Joe. They're icky. Are they dehydrated? They're gross. I hate onions anyhow, but those are horrible. And then you're picking them off, and then you got it's all in the ketchup and the mustard, and now you got ketchup and mustard on your finger, and you got to wipe it off somewhere. It's gross. But maybe that's what she's going to find in her life. You got to deal with a little bit of grossness if the rest of it is okay. Like the rest of the burger was great, right? Oh, boy. Okay, we're out of here. See you guys next week. Happy reading. We don't need dance fever over here.